as fast as I can. So today I shorted um, SPI, and I'm going to show you here. Uh, Trying to do this while I'm in class, literally on an online class. But I muted myself so I can do this video. I'm such an asshole. Um, so let me do the 2 minute. It's, it's literally been raining while the sun's been bright and outside. So, all right. So here it is. Um, Market open, or yeah, market open. I was just really looking for something to trade, and I was in between um, seed, or no, I don't even think I was in between seed. I was in between LC, LL, CLDX. Okay, I will. Yeah, I was just I had to respond to the teachers. So I was in between. Um, I was in between trading this at the time, um, which I wanted to short. I think I wanted to trade this one. I was in between trying to figure out which stocks that I wanted to trade, and I saw SPI um, spiking pre-market, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna fall right after. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna short here, and I got in. I got in. I got in at 1,000 at 771 and 760. So that was about 765. So I got in around here on my entries, and it just started panicking, or not panicking, but fading. But it was a little tricky because um, it was a little tricky because yeah. So sorry, they were saying something in class, but yeah. So they it panicked first market open as soon as market opened, and they had an offering when I looked too. But see, here's the problem that I was struggling with was that it crashed. It didn't crash, but it pulled back, and I was up like 5 to 700 in this range, or 4 to 7, and it kept popping up and getting sold into, popping up, getting sold into. And let me see if I can better show you. So right here, it kept popping up, getting sold into, popping up, sort of getting sold into. And then at this point, the lows were higher each time, but it kept getting sold into. So I was thinking, okay, this has a high chance of pushing up, but it also can just get sold into. So I'm gonna be at the time I was just like, um, I'm gonna just challenge it. And the whole time, anxiety's hitting, euphoria is hitting, fear missing out, all this stuff is hitting. Um, but I just stayed in, and then when it came crashing down, I waited for it to like see if it was gonna go past um, these low points in pre-market, which is right here, and right here, and that's why you see these lines right here. Um, and uh, it did, and then it didn't seem like it was gonna go down anymore. So I just got out at $7.05 for a $1,190 gain. Um, so uh, I made that. Now this was the more challenging trade, and I didn't perform well in this. Um, I kept trying to remind myself that uh, when you're short in the first green day, it's not like a first red day. Um, it's not like a first red day where it spikes, pulls back, and just keeps going down. Not all stocks do that. Like with seed, you see that it spikes. Well, not seed, but SPI. SPI, you see it just fade, but pre-market has a bounce, but then fades. But not all the time it does that, and I got stuck in this. Um, I got stuck in this trade. But I won't say I got stuck. I could have got out at any time, but I repeated this issue that I keep having, and so this stock was spiking already. It pulled back. I saw that it was consolidating, but I'm like, okay, it can consolidate and come crashing down, or it can consolidate and start pushing up. But based off of this chart and and the yearly chart, and I'll show the yearly chart on here since it's more convenient for me. The yearly chart showed that they are dumping shares. Not only that, but the SEC filings on every single stock that I looked at um, had an offering. So you see the offering right here and right there. So 521 is when they started their offering. 521 is right here, somewhere right here, and it just keeps fading. So they're dumping here and they're gonna dump here. So to me, I was thinking to myself, okay, today might be the day that they dump. Um, their shares just they're just pushing it up, and um, um, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the time. I'm 12 o'clock. Well, not even 12 o'clock, but high days where I'm risking from, and 12 o'clock is what I'm looking for. Um, I just started shorting because I'm like, okay, I don't think it's gonna go past this point. And at this point, the reason why I got into this short is because I was imagining the stock going the way I wanted to, based off of what the stock was giving me. You know, it was giving me odds that it was gonna come down, but I wanted to get in now, not later. I didn't want to miss it, and there was no need for me to rush. So I had the complete wrong mindset, and I also imagined using my prediction. I predicted where the stock was going to go, not based off of my imagination, but um, I just wasn't in the right mindset making the same mistakes. But I'm glad that I recognized it, and then I was like, I'm not going to add until it pushes up close to high day, and I'm going to try short in there because this resistance might be if the resistance is at higher day, it might not push past it. So then it did. Well, I added here, pulled back. I could have made, a lesser loss, but I didn't take it because I think it was like $400 or $500 gain. And it was too fast, so I didn't take it. Um, Not only that, but not only that, but then it started getting close to high day. I added, and then um, uh, um, it broke past high day by what, a dollar, 14.40, and high day was okay. So it broke it past a dollar. So I added here, and it started consolidating. We were gearing towards 12 o'clock, and um, I didn't go full size. I went in $26,000, and I added here, but my risk was so high. I eventually averaged up to $13 and about 3 cents, and my risk was 14.40. So that's about almost a $150 risk with 2,000 shares, which is $2,500. That's not what I wanted to risk. And it's the reason why I'm fucking up like that is because these two ads. I mean, I should have never done this one. This one would have been okay. Then I would have never done this because it's about to break. I would have added here and here. So it's really out of all five entries, I could have done without two. So then my short, and I know I'm not explaining this well enough for anyone to understand, but I understand it. I could have done much better. But my average was 13. I had to wait a whole $1.50. I was down 2,500. So I had to wait a whole $2,500 to come back to me so that I can be break even at $13 and only profited 50 cents. So my my risk which my risk to reward was whatever. It was blown out the window. But my I risked 3 times my money only to make one. And it doesn't matter, you know, what it was, but I should have played this better, you know. But the reason why I got out here only when I was up 50 cents was because my internet was messing up all day and it stopped working. Um, yeah, so I had to hit a market order right here, and it just got me out because I was up 1,500, and after I hit the market order, so yeah, if my internet didn't act up, I probably would have let it keep fading or been more patient with it, but I didn't. But all in all, I wasn't supposed to risk this much, and I did. But I'm glad that I don't. I'm training myself not to go full size when I'm trading because um, I leave myself room to add shares. Um, but I got to remind myself on the first green day, if you're not shorting at the exact top, you shouldn't be trying to short here. You need to wait for a bounce and a possible continual spiker past high day to short. I keep trying to short, um, and I need to go back to Tim Bertani's DVD, but I know he spoke about shorting first green day bounces. I don't think that works to where you gotta wait for it to extend, then you get out. And I was looking for it to have a hard panic and then bounce and consolidate to short on a bounce. That's what I was looking for, or just spike and consolidate, bounce, spikes, pull back, bounce, and consolidate on just the first run. And I was waiting for this whole thing right here, but I got impatient and started shorting early. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in myself. Um, but all in all, I made 22.40, 22.40, $2,241. That's what I ended up making for the day. I'm kind of happy for myself because last week I had a straight green week. But all my greens were just exactly this. I was down so much and I waited and I came down and I made profit. All my trades were like that. That's last week, or maybe 3 out of 4. But I don't like trades like this. I don't want to keep trading like this. I I want to do better. So so yeah.